All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about one of the biggest changes hitting the tech world right now, the AI Copilot for software developers. And look, this is way more than just a tool to help you type faster. It's completely changing the game, shifting the very idea of how we create software.
This quote right here, it really captures the entire revolution in a nutshell. For decades, programming has been what we call deterministic. You had to tell the computer exactly what to do, every single line, every single semicolon. But now, we're moving to intent-driven development. So instead of getting lost in the how, you just describe the what. You state your goal, and the AI Copilot helps you get there.
And this is the real impact on the developer. Your role is getting a serious upgrade. You're no longer just the typist worrying about syntax. Now you're the architect, focused on the big picture, on the design. And honestly, this is something the industry's been asking for years, for developers to have that deeper business sense, to not just build features, but to truly understand why they're building them. So let's follow this powerful new digital copilot on its journey and see how it actually makes this happen.
To really get it, we're going to see this AI Copilot in action across 4 critical missions in the whole software development lifecycle. We'll start with requirements, then jump into coding, quality assurance, and finally, DevOps.
Okay, so mission 1. We're starting right at the source of so many project headaches and delays, the requirements phase. I mean, anyone who's worked in Agile knows this pain. Vague, misunderstood requirements are the #1 source of wasted time and effort. This is where that information loss happens, where great business ideas kind of get mangled on their way to becoming technical tasks. So how does the Copilot actually fix this? Well, first, it brings structure to all that chaos. It can take a bunch of messy interview notes and, boom, turn them into perfectly formatted user stories. Second, it helps you visualize everything. You can just describe a system in plain English, and the AI will spit out technical diagrams, making sure everyone is looking at the same thing. And third, it makes it feel real, fast. It can generate interactive UI mockups from just a simple description, so you can get feedback almost instantly.
And the result of all this? A massive speed boost. What used to be this weeks-long nightmare of back-and-forth emails and meetings just to get requirements signed off, well, that can now be done in a matter of days. The team gets on the same page and can start building the right thing way faster.
On to mission number 2, the actual coding. This is where so many developers get stuck, bogged down in boring, repetitive tasks. They start to feel less like creative problem solvers and more like they're just on an assembly line. Well, the Copilot is here to change that.
And let me be clear, this is so much more than your basic autocomplete. First, it's totally context-aware. It uses this technique called RAG, which basically means it doesn't just know Java or Python. It knows your company's code. It's indexed your entire codebase, all your internal APIs, all your best practices. Second, it's like a master cleaner, instantly refactoring old, crusty code to modern standards, or adding smart comments to make sense of legacy systems. And third, and this is huge, it brings security right into your editor, spotting dangerous stuff like SQL injection while you're literally typing.
And that's really the magic of it. The code it helps you write isn't some generic stuff you'd find online. It's infused with your organization's DNA. It feels like it was written by that senior expert on your team, the one who knows all the history and all the unwritten rules.
Okay, next up, mission 3, quality assurance. We've all been there, right? The code is finally done, but now it's just sitting there, stuck in the QA queue. Testing is almost always the biggest bottleneck in an agile sprint, and it slows the whole train down.
So how does the AI Copilot bust through this bottleneck? Well, this chart on unit test coverage pretty much says it all. If you're lucky, your team might manually hit around 40% coverage, but with an AI Copilot that actually understands the business logic, you can automatically generate over 80% of your unit tests. It catches all those weird edge cases that we humans tend to forget.
But it's not just about writing more tests. It's about making the whole process smarter. It can optimize your regression testing, so instead of running thousands of tests every time, it intelligently figures out which ones are actually affected by a code change. And when a test does fail, the AI puts on its detective hat. It digs through the logs and points you to the likely root cause, which can save hours of painful debugging.
Our final mission brings us to DevOps. The goal here is to move towards what people are calling intelligent operations, or AIOps. And in this world, the Copilot acts like a super vigilant guardian, making sure deployments go off without a hitch and production stays rock solid. So what does that actually look like? Well, for one, the AI sifts through millions of log entries to find brand new, totally unknown errors that a person would just scroll right past. During a release, it's like a bouncer at the door. It compares the new version's performance against the old one and makes an automatic go or no-go call. And if it spots a subtle problem, like a tiny memory leak or a spike in latency, it automatically triggers a rollback before any real users are ever affected.
So all of this sounds pretty amazing, but how do you actually build it? What does it take? Let's take a quick peek under the hood at the engineering platform that powers this whole thing.
It really boils down to three key things. First, you have to vectorize your code base. It's a fancy term, but it just means converting all your internal code into a numerical format the AI can actually understand. You're basically creating a map of your company's unique way of building things. Second, you build a library of really good prompt templates. These are like reusable recipes for getting great results. And third, you create a feedback loop. You're constantly watching how people use the AI so you can keep making it smarter and more helpful over time.
So, after seeing all 4 of those missions, we come back to the biggest question of all. What does this mean for the developer? For the person actually sitting at the keyboard. How does your skill set need to change for this new era?
This really brings it all home. We're seeing a fundamental shift in the developer's identity. You're moving from the low-level tasks of just coding, implementing, and using tools to the much higher-level skills of prompting the AI, reviewing its output, and architecting systems. Your focus moves from execution to strategy. This is what the industry has been dreaming of, freeing developers from the tedious grind so they can spend more of their brain power on creativity, system design, and creating real business value.
Look, this transformation isn't some sci-fi future. It's happening right now. The tech is here, and it's creating this incredible new partnership between human creativity and machine intelligence. And that leaves us with just one final thought. Your Copilot is ready. The question is, are you?